So you want to know who the top 3 high schools are in Ascension Parish? You've come to the right place. Hey everyone, it's Brandon Browning here, your local real estate expert. Let me say this first, if you're looking to buy or sell anywhere in the greater Baton Rouge area or Ascension Parish or Livingston Parish, my wife and I would be honored if you considered giving us the opportunity to serve you throughout that process. If you would like more information on us, just look down in the description below this video and you can click on our review link where you can read some past reviews from our past clients. So go check that out. In this video, I'm going to give you some really important and interesting information like how these top 3 schools rank not only in Ascension Parish but in Louisiana overall. I'm going to talk about how they rank in academics, how their teachers rank, how their administration ranks, how they rank in college prep, health and safety, sports and resources, and even their facilities. I'm also going to cover how they rank statewide in most of the major subjects. I'm going to show you how they rank in graduation rating, ACT scores, and so on. So it's going to be quick and it's going to be jam-packed with information. So before I get started here, I want to let you know that I do a lot of videos on a lot of important and interesting topics. If you could go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel and also click that little bell so you'll be notified when I drop my next video, I would greatly appreciate it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at 2 different resources, niche.com and greatschools.org. That way we're not only depending on one resource. So let's dive into the number 3 high school in Ascension Parish. So coming in at number 3 is going to be East Ascension High School. Now I'm throwing a map on the screen for those of you that may be moving to Ascension from out of the area. And as you can see on the screen, East Ascension is located pretty much in the center of the parish in Gonzales. It's near 2 of the major highways, which is I-10 and Highway 61, which both of those take you straight into Baton Rouge. So it's a great location. So looking at niche.com, niche has them graded as a B+. And diving into some categories here, they give them a B in academics, a B with their teachers, an A- with clubs and activities, a B+ with administration, a B- with food, an A in diversity, a B- in college prep, a B with health and safety, an A- in sports, and a B- with resources and facility. They have them ranked number 9 out of 360 with the most diverse public high schools in Louisiana, number 16 out of 104 standout high schools in Louisiana, and number 66 of 322 best public high schools in Louisiana. Looking at some academics, they have a graduation rating of 84% and their average ACT score is 23. The teacher to student ratio is 14:1. The national average is 17:1. And as you can see, the average teacher salary, just in case you're curious, is $45,049. Now moving on over to greatschools.org, they have them scored at a 6 out of 10, and that's through grades 9 through 12. And right now they have about 1,900 students. Their 4-year high school graduation rate is 84%. The national average is 78%. Their average ACT score is 19. The state average is 20. I will make note that niche.com had their average ACT scores of 23. So there's definitely some differences in how this data is collected. Their ACT participation rate is 95% and the state average is 95%. Honestly, every school that I've looked at has the same rating here. The graduates pursuing college is 62%, state average is 58%, and graduates who return to college for a second year is 72%, the state average is 77%. Diving into some individual subjects here, in English 3, they're at 64%, the state average is 62%. In Algebra 1, they're at 59%, the state average is 62%. In Geometry, they're at 68%, the state average is at 56%. In Biology 1, they're at 59%, the state average is 56%. In U.S. History, they're at 74%, the state average is 62%. And in English 2, they're at 70% and the state average is at 68%. So as you can see, there are some differences between the 2 sites, so this is why I want to use more than one resource. So moving on over to the number 2 ranked high school in Ascension Parish, which is going to be Santa Maria High School. Now Santa Maria High School is obviously going to be in Santa Maria, which is just east of Gonzales and Highway 61. So still another great location if you want to get to those main highways. So looking over at niche.com, they have them rated as a grade A overall, have a B+ in academics, an A with their teachers, an A in clubs and activities, an A+ in administration, a B in food, a B+ in diversity, a B in college prep, a B+ in health and safety, an A in sports, and a B+ in resources and facilities. They have them ranked as number 6 out of 313 best public high school teachers in Louisiana, number 12 out out of 104 in the standout high schools in Louisiana, and number 18 out of 322 best public high schools in Louisiana. Looking into some academics, their graduation rate is 93%, their average SAT is 1180, and their average ACT is 24. Their student to teacher ratio is 16-1, the average is 17-1, and their average teacher salary is $45,049. Looking at greatschools.org, they have them ranked as 9 out of 10, which is through 9 through 12, and they're right around 2,000 students. Their 4-year high school graduation is at 93%, state average is at 78. Their average ACT score is 20. Their average ACT score is 20, the state average is 20, and their average ACT participation rate is 95%, which the state average is 95%. Graduates pursuing college, they're at 60%, the state average is at 58%. Graduates who return to college for a second year, they're at 81%, the state average is at 77%. Looking into some major subjects here, in English 3, they're at 86%, the state average is at 62. In Algebra 1, they're at 87%, the state average is at 62. In Geometry, they're at 80%, the state average is 56%. In Biology 1, they're at 82%, the state average is at 56%. In U.S. History, they're at 86%, their state average is 62%. And in English 2, they're at 83%, and the state average is at 68%. So that's going to be your number 2 high school in Ascension Parish. So who do you think is number 1? And number 1 is going to be Dutchtown High School. So as you can see on the screen, Dutchtown High School is going to be located on the west side of I-10, and it's also in a great location close to the major highways I-10 and US Highway 61. So looking over at niche.com, their overall grade is an A. They have an A- in academics, an A- in teachers, an A- in clubs and activities, an A+ in administration, a B in food, an A- in diversity, a B+ in college prep, an A- in health and safety, an A- in sports, and a B+ in resources and facilities. They're ranked number 8 out of 322 best public high schools in Louisiana, number 16 out of 313 best public high school teachers in Louisiana, and number 16 out of 295 best college prep public high schools in Louisiana. Looking into the academics, their average graduation rate is at 89%, their average SAT is 1210, and their average ACT is at 26. Their teacher to student ratio is 18-1, the national average is 17-1, and of course our average teacher salary is the same as the other two at $45,049. Moving over to greatschools.org, they have them ranked 9 out of 10 at their 9 through 12th grade. Right now they have around 2,100 students. Looking at their 4-year high school graduation rate, they're at 89%, the state average is at 78%. Their average ACT score is 22, their state average is 20, and the ACT participation rate is at 95%, just like the others, with the state average being at 95%. Graduates pursuing college is at 69%, the state average is at 58. Graduates who return for a second year of college is at 87%, the state average being at 77%. Looking into some major subjects, in English 3, they're at 84%, the state average is at 62%. In Algebra 1, they're at 82%, the state average is at 62%. In Geometry, they're at 80%, the state average is at 56%. In Biology 1, they're at 79%, the state average is at 56%. In U.S. History, they're at 86%, the state average is at 62%. And in English 2, they're at 88%, the state average is at 68%. And there you have the top 3 public high schools in Ascension Parish based off of niche.com and greatschools.org. If you have some opinions on that, go ahead and comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, if you're curious to see how they compare to the top 3 high schools in Livingston Parish, check out my YouTube channel and go watch that video and see how they compare to those. As I mentioned before, if you like this type of content, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click that little bell so you'll be notified when I drop my next video. And again, if you happen to be buying or selling anywhere in the greater Baton Rouge area, Ascension Parish, Livingston Parish, and you're looking for a top realtor to work with, my wife and I would love the opportunity to work with you and achieve those goals, whatever they may be. So please don't hesitate to give us a call. You can call or text me on my cell at 225-445-0629, or you can reach out to me through social media, or you can contact me on my email at bbrowning225